I am Troy Baker, and I have been challenged to figure out if the following clips are real or fake. Both fake.
Booker catch.
Oh! Bona fide, authentic. He's great, by the way.
Oh, look at those talons.
That is a velociraptor.
Well, it was real. It was real bad. Here's the thing. I love when people do a Joel impersonation, but that was not authentic.
Oh, look at those talons.
That is a velociraptor.
I would push you more towards Red Dead, my friend. David, I will give you an 8 out of 10.
The name's Higgs, the particle of God that permeates all existence.
Bona fide, authentic. 100%, that's me.
The name's Higgs.
I'll never forget Norman Reedus coming up to me going, oh, you're like doing like a Southern thing. And to me, it's everything with Higgs is an affectation. So it's not like, oh, Higgs must be from the South. It's just he is evoking in this flamboyancy and this grand presentationalness of him. And that's how it comes out. All right, let me see where I'm at on the leaderboard so far. Matt couldn't tell the difference? That's amazing. All right. Well, yeah, now I got to beat Ben.
I'm the guy with the money and the gun.
I don't know who this is. It's 100% a Fugazi.
I'm the guy with the money and the gun.
I give you a 6, buddy. You could have given it a little bit more oomph. I'm the guy with the money and the gun. Mark Hamill across any medium is always going to be the winner for me. He is the one who just perfectly encapsulated the thing that to me is scariest about the Joker, which is you want to be his friend, or you definitely want him to think you are his friend.
I am sorry about your daughter, Joel, but I have lost people too.
You have no idea what loss is.
Not Ashley.
I am sorry about your daughter, Joel, but I have lost people too.
You gave it a good college try. I'm going to give her an 8 as well. I remember the moment that I found out that Joel was going to die. I was in London with Neil, and he says, so I have an idea for part 2. And I was like, what is it? And he goes, so, spoiler, Joel dies. And then through the progression of development of the story and the game, I got to kind of go through the different 7 stages of grief with it, because then it was denial, then it was anger, then it was bargaining, and then it was sadness, and then it was acceptance.
Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the Chukulimani. The Great Circle.
That's me, baby.
The Great Circle.
By the nature of what we needed to do, it had to feel like that was Harrison Ford in 1981, which is more challenging than you think, because there's not much about him that was like that in 1981. There's so much. I mean, he's 84 years old or whatever. You know, there's just a different human than he is now than he was back in 1981. And so I feel like a Harrison Ford, I don't know, man. I may be swinging somewhere between a 6 and an 8.
Ellie, that ain't for kids.
Whoa! How the hell would he even walk around with that thing?
Get rid of that.
How's your horses? I want to see what all the fuss is about.
So that's absolutely me, but that's absolutely not Ashley Johnson.
Ellie, that ain't for kids.
Whoa! How the hell would he even walk around with that thing?
Get rid of that.
How's your horses?
Not bad, Brizzy Voices. Not bad. I would give that a 9. Here is one of the best lessons that I learned from the entire process of The Last of Us. Neil Druckmann's philosophy in writing is, what is the least amount that I can say? What's the least amount that I can do? What's the least amount that I can write that still conveys the point and what's at stake in this story? When Ashley and I first heard the story of The Last of Us, we walked outside and I was like, do you realize that if this thing fails, it's because of us? Because they know what they're doing.
Booker! Catch!
Thanks! I don't think that was Courtney Draper at all, was it?
Booker! Catch!
Thanks. The Elizabeth was like a 7. Courtney Draper has this unique quality about her voice. She has this cool, like, she just got back from a concert and she was screaming a little bit. There's just kind of the cool raspiness to her. At every convention, when someone throws something at me but says it, they say the line after they've thrown something. So it's like, Booker, catch, tonk.
I die or I kill you. Which would be better?
That's real.
I die or I kill you. Which would be better?
Catherine was such a, you have to like punishing games. People are like, hey, have you ever played Souls, you know, Dark Souls? Have you ever played, I'm like, have you ever played an Atlas game? Because that's equally as punishing, my friend. But I love that Atlas came up with this idea of like, hey, what if we made just being in a relationship the most nightmarish thing you could possibly imagine? But you've got just such an incredible cast across the board with everybody. And you talk about, you know, gathering up all the Critical Role people in there. You've got Liam O'Brien, Travis Willingham, Matt Mercer, I believe, is in there as well. But you also got Sam Riegel, Johnny Young Bosch, Laura Bailey.
I say you have two choices.
Nope.
One, you could shoot me, boring, or you could sit down, enjoy some food, and you and I will go scatter your mother's ashes together.
So, that is a proper Brit, by the way, that is doing that. Far better than my Peter O'Toole-esque hacked version of a Londoner accent, as it were. But that is 100% fake.
I say you have two choices. One, you could shoot me, boring.
He's great, by the way. I'd give him a 9 just because I like his voice. I don't know how good he is close to Pagan Min, but I would have slotted him in as that character. Like if you want to play, hey, Chris Naturally RP is going to be reprising the role of Pagan Min in the West End. I'd go see it.
Sometimes you just gotta choose what you're gonna keep and what you're gonna let go.
Boy, that's a really good Nolan, but it's not.
Sometimes you just gotta choose what you're gonna keep and what you're gonna let go.
Brother Nolan, apologies. I was about to say, that's a really, really good Nolan. The beauty of what this medium is offering now versus where it was at when I started was this weird notion that we had to prove ourselves as a viable medium for the on-camera world, and that stigma no longer applies. I would say that of the people that I know right now, I think Ben Starr, who's a remarkable human being and a vicious talent, we've barely scratched the surface of what he's capable of. Neil Newbon is a deeply passionate artist who is so fervently in love with acting, especially in video games, that I think the world is his oyster. Cameron Monaghan is clearly proven himself to be an incredible talent, not only in video games, but also on camera. I see people that are not necessarily following in my footsteps, but they're trampsing all over mine and going faster and farther than me.
Miss Elizabeth.
Hello! Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, come dance with me, Mr. DeWitt.
I don't dance. Come on, let's go.
That's not Courtney.
Elizabeth.
Hello! Oh,
Yeah.
this is wonderful.
Busy voices
Come
again.
dance with me, Mr. DeWitt.
I don't dance.
So close, man. You caught me. I had to listen to it again. Brizzy, really good. I'm very, very impressed. So I would give that a 9. There's never been a moment where I thought, this is it, I've made it. And here's the reason why. My first job was, like first on camera job, was for this pilot for ABC that never got picked up. But the beauty of it is that I got this friendship with Lou Diamond Phillips, and I said, let me ask you a question, man. At what point in your career, he goes, stop. And I said, I haven't even finished the question. He goes, you're already wrong. Because what I hear you asking is, you think at some point in my career, I was entitled to or able to or allowed to do X. And I'm telling you right now, that will never happen. If you believe in something, you ask for it from the jump.
What are you doing? Got a kid, Joe. So do we.
Nope.
Keep driving.
Both fake.
What are you doing? Got a kid, Joe. So do we. Keep driving.
I love you, Pedro. I thought that was the game, and I was like, that's neither Jeff nor me. How would I rate Pedro Pascal's performance as Joel? A 12. What's the highest? What can we do? He breaks the scale, man. This is the only thing that I wanted out of his performance. Show me something that I missed. Teach me something new. What did I not discover about Joel that you did? And he did it in every episode, bar none. All right, so where does that put me on the leaderboard? Oh, hey, I'm number 1. Matt only got 68%? Buddy. All right, for more like this, Watch this video next. Seriously, this is a lot of fun for me. And I don't mind taking the piss out of myself. So this is